Welcome everybody to the 10th episode of Master Mike's Wrestling Paradise. It's me, your host, Master Mike Ambrose. You know the drill. Let's get started talking about what happened on Raw this past Monday. Not that much, it was odd considering it's the last go-home show for the pay-per-view. Not that much, really, of any event, really. The highlight was RK-Bro, which is Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, reforming their team. I think that's good. And I hope they end up, I think they look like they could end up being tag team champions after SummerSlam. Of course, they gotta fight AJ Styles and Omos. I think they're definitely teasing the RKO spot with Omos. RKO, the big over 7 feet guy, thinks that could happen. That'd be the highlight, obviously. I think Matt Riddle, for a while he was kind of treading, but he's really showing up a lot of personality. I think he always had personality, charisma, and I think putting him with Orton elevates his profile even more. So good things are coming there. I hope he gets featured even more. The other thing, obviously, was Goldberg at the end and Lashley when they're face-to-face. And Goldberg's son at ringside, and Goldberg put him in the thing. I mean, I still think Big E should cash in. Even though he got this thing sold by Baron Corbin, I hopefully by SummerSlam, by Saturday, Big E gets the briefcase back and he cashes in on either Goldberg or Lashley. I don't care. I think Raw needs a shake-up at the top, like I said. You can't rely on the same old, and not the person gets Bill Goldberg, but you can't rely on part-timers all the time. I know you got Cena on SmackDown, but that storyline seems has more interest in it with Reigns. NXT last night, I thought there was quite a few good stuff there, build up there, heading on to TakeOver on Sunday. And I like the Cole O'Reilly promo, the Adam Cole-Kyle O'Reilly promo, 2 out of 3 fall match, which could be the match of the night, maybe the match of the weekend. And it looks like Cole's staying. The way they built it up and the way we've been talking, he's got to be staying. He's got to, and not staying in NXT, staying the whole WWE. I hope he's on Raw or SmackDown next week. I mean, because I think they need something new on the main roster. And he definitely could provide that spark for them. And obviously, Kross and Joe, I think that came off really well at the end, breaking down the barricades. And it had a big fight feel to it. It looks like Kross is getting back on the tracks, considering his first couple weeks on the main roster was kind of off kilter, obviously, with Jeff Hardy. He squashed Jeff Hardy on Monday, if you saw it. Attacked him backstage, and he beat him in, inside of a minute, practically. So it looks like they're getting Kross back up. And it looks like Scarlett, I think Scarlett will join him, I think, on Monday. I have a feeling about that. The only thing is, what do they do with the title? Do they put on Joe, or they keep it on Kross, or they do something where, Kross gets stripped of it, or he just slays it down, or relinquishes it? I don't know. I mean, NXT's going to be going through some change over the last few months, if you heard in the news. I mean, with what's going on, shake up there. So it's going to be interesting. And we saw the big romantic storyline with Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis, otherwise known as Index, came through a thing where Indy proposes to Dexter. If you watch it, she talks to Beth Phoenix. Beth's at ringside. She's giving her advice. Indy goes right after the match. They beat Robert Stone and Jesse Kamea did Dexter and Indy. After the match, Indy goes down to Beth. It looks like they're talking. She's saying, what should I... It looked like she was asking for some advice. I don't know. She shows back in. She pops out gets that underneath, pops in the ring, and Dexter accepts. So, I guess we're heading to a wedding on NXT. We should see how that does in the ring. Those kind of weddings always seem to do well in the ratings. So, maybe NXT gets above 1 million. Who knows? Oh, and also the Dragunov and Waltz is going to be another match. It's for the NXT UK title. I think that match could be another match that you can't. A real steam series. Those guys will beat the hell out of each other, but it'll be a great, tough, strong style match. I'll do my SmackDown and TakeOver review on Saturday, leading up to the weekend. Tonight we have, in a little 45 minutes, we have AEW Dynamite and the 5th Labor Jericho tonight. Jericho fights MJF. I'm surprised they didn't say this for the all-out pay-per-view in Chicago, because they need a big card. But I guess they do it tonight because, tomorrow, I guess they're doing it tonight in Dynamite because they have big plans for all-out, which, obviously, if you hear the news, Friday night they're live in Chicago, and we're expecting CM Punk to debut on Friday. I have no idea if he is or not. That's the big rumor. We'll have to see. They sold out a lot of tickets on AEW for this big show in Chicago. You can check it online. They sold out a lot. And I know people have conflicted issues with AEW. I have my things I like about it, things I would change. But, I want to see the company do good. I just want to see the homegrown talent get more pushed. and put in high profile situations. Which leads to the next one. Darby Allin and Sting tonight will take on the team of 2.0, formerly Ever Rise, Chase Parker, and Matt Martell. That's the last I heard of in Ever Rise. I gotta check what their names are now, but they're the former Ever Rise from NXT. Now they're in AEW. And this will be Sting's first match on TNT in over 20 years. The last one was against Ric Flair on TNT. Now there's rumors Flair might come into AEW because he was in AAA over the weekend with his future son-in-law Andrade. And they hit a thing with Kenny Omega and Conan. And so they might show up. He might show up. I don't know if Flair's going to show up tonight, but he looks like he could be in the next couple of weeks. See what happens there. All right, I got to get going. It's kind of a quick, shorter show today. I was kind of very busy today. So we talk to you on Saturday after SmackDown, and I'll give you my review of SmackDown, and I'll talk about this SummerSlam for Vegas and TakeOver on Sunday. SmackDown, don't forget, not SmackDown. SmackDown's on Friday. SummerSlam's on Saturday. TakeOver's on Friday. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.